come over here and overwhelm me. You write checks that my ass can't cash. I've been a little.
Hey babe, so I'm back. And I'm back with the top 3 reasons on why you should do your taxes as a stripper. This is still going to be like a pot video, so I'm going to try my best not to ramble and be as informative as possible. And I'm going to break this like series, like this tax series, into 3 videos. Why you should do your taxes as a dancer, preparing to do your taxes as a dancer, and how to do your taxes as a dancer. So I'm breaking it up to make it kind of like easier and not as long as a video where you guys lose interest like halfway through. So yeah. Okay, so the first and most important reason on why you should do your taxes as a stripper is you can be targeted for tax evasion. The IRS can, what is that called? I said I wouldn't ramble, but like I forget the word and I didn't write it down. Audited. You can be audited by the IRS, and no matter what other girls say, how the situation played out for them, that they never had that happen, I've actually run into girls that's been audited by the IRS and have been completely screwed over. So it's possible, and you don't want it to happen to you. There is a lot of ways to bring your tax, like the taxes you have to pay, down as a dancer. And I will go into that further into like preparing and how to do your taxes. So don't really stress over it, especially like as a dancer, we do have the financial abilities to do this. Like as a self-employed person, no matter what job it is, you should be doing your taxes. Just because, I don't know, the world says you shouldn't be a stripper. Stripping is a job and you should do your taxes. Another thing with being audited by the IRS, make sure your income supports your paper trail. If you have a paper trail that your income doesn't support, you're probably going to send off a lot of red flags to the IRS. So if you have this $20,000 car with like car payments, and you're leasing this condo, okay, I literally feel like I have a hair on my nose, I'm sorry. And I literally like moved it to the side. I'm not picking my nose. It's like a hair that's like playing with my face right now. Ah! And like you have like a condo payment, like for, I don't know how condos work. And your income, you're claiming like literally like you're unemployed basically. They're going to be like, how are you paying for all this shit when you don't have an income? So that's just going to send off a lot of red flags. So that's the top one, like, major reason why you should do your taxes. Because as a stripper, you're giving, like, yourself away. And you want things in return. And the IRS is going to be like, bitch, how did you pay for this stuff? So that's definitely the top reason why you should do your taxes as a stripper. Okay, so the second reason on why you should do your taxes as a stripper is because it provides a paper trail should you ever wish to use credit or buy a car. Besides a privately owned like housing situation, you're never going to run into a situation where someone's going to take just your bank statements, and that's bank statements that you're literally consistently putting money into to show your income. No one's going to just take that single thing as like a legitimate proof of income, and besides the privately owned housing situation. And with that, you can run into situations where they want not just your first, last, and security, they want like 3 months ahead just to back up if you run into any slow periods or you can't pay that month's rent. So bank statements do not count. I would not qualify that as just proof of income. And if you do want, like, I don't know, nice things, and you do have the money to support it, then put it on, like, your 1099 form and send it to the government, because when they send you back your, I don't know, I have to look at the numbers. Whatever form you get back at the end of you doing your taxes, what you paid off and all that, your yearly income, that's, like, that form you can bring to any sort of car dealership, like housing company or anything like that as legitimate proof of income, and no one can deny that. That's not something someone can take away, you know, because bank statements, you could literally just have a dad that's sending you $500 a week to, like, cover that, like, to fill in that gap for you to show proof of income, and then once that stops, and they're like, oh, where's your money supposed to come from? So it's like you really need something legitimized, and doing your taxes does that for you. So yes, that's the second reason on why you should do your taxes as a dancer. Okay, so the third and last reason on why you should do your taxes as a dancer is because it legitimizes the profession. Like, even though you are stripping, and even though the world considers that, like, not a profession, it is, and you've done your taxes for however long you've done it, and, like, to prove it at the end of the day, and that just shows that it's like any other job, and you do not want huge gaps. Like, I understand, like, you probably won't go to your next job and say, oh yeah, for the last 10 years I was a stripper, but on a credit, like, history, on, like, any sort of, I don't know, background check, it's not going to, even if it's stripping, even if it's stripping, it'll look better than just not having any sort of history, because you're going to be like, what were you doing for the last 10 years of your life? Other than if you were a mom. If you're a mom, then you can be like, oh yeah, I was raising my kids. I don't know. But, like, I have two guinea pigs and a cat. I can't just be like, yeah, just chilling with my guinea pigs. Yeah. No, that's just gonna look sketchy as fuck. So no, do your taxes. It'll literally legitimize the profession of being a stripper, and no one will be able to deny that's what you did. Like, I guess it's, like, really just putting the, like, I don't know, maybe some people wouldn't like that, but I like the fact that you can't say shit. Like, I do my taxes. Like, I hate when, like, my ex was a drug dealer. Like, not even, like, just on, like, a weed. Like, I don't mind. Like, everybody sells weed. But fucking, like, a drug dealer. Like, and he would always, like, come at me, like, oh, you're just a stripper. But I'm like, nigga, I can do my fucking taxes on this. Like, niggas can't try me in the club because I'm like, what? Like, you can't go to anyone and be like, oh, this nigga, like, got me on a bag. Like, no, that's your fault. Like, you can't go to, like, anyone about that. Like, no, it legitimizes the profession. Like, no one can take that away from you. Like, you've worked hard for the money you've earned, and at the end of the day, just, like, prove it, because you want those things. You want to be able to have the nice car, to be able to buy a house, and do all those things, and all you do is, like, need the income to back it up, and the proof of income to back it up. So yes, that's the third reason on why you should do your taxes as a stripper. Definitely don't forget to check out the description box for all of these videos, because I'll include, like, couple, like, resourceful links and apps that I find, like, make this whole situation a little helpful. Okay, so that'll be it for my top 3 reasons on why you should do your taxes as a stripper. Definitely stay tuned for the next 2 videos in this series. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.